Hi guys, this is Thomas, and I just want to show you some gear, what I have over here, what I use to make my videos. So if you're interested, please have a look. Most important is the camera. I'm using this GoPro HD Hero 2, a little camera, which is really cool because it's very durable. I dropped it so many times, and another good point of this camera is it records at 60 frames per second or 128 frames per second or 30 frames per second, and it has a very wide field of view, 170 degrees, so it's a very cool camera. And I also mounted on the back of my car like this to get some better shots from the top over the bonnet, to make it more interesting. Another thing I'm using is the Figric. The original Figric cost about $300 US, but I'm using this little one, which I made under $20, or about 1500 yen. I mounted my camera over here on top, and it gives me more stability for kind of motion shots. I can tilt it, I can move it around, but it's usually for somebody else. I cannot drive the car and do it at the same time, so it's really good if you have assistant to do your videos. It's very easy, made out of the PVC pipe and some screws, bolts, and glue. So it's very useful. I really like it. You can even make a little bit tripod out of it. It stands by itself. If you want, you can put the camera over there. I really like it. Another thing I'm using is this rope, and why I use that is I attached it to the camera, and I put the camera upside down like this. And one of the options of the camera is that you can flip the picture inside upside down. So if you have it like this and you make a nice long string, it's almost like a Steadicam. So if you want to have a nice shot of the car, for example, to go around, it's really cool because you can just take it like this and just swing it around and have a nice shot, motion shot. It's almost like a Steadicam. So that's one of my tools. Another thing is I'm using these cones. They're about 100 yen or $1 each. I know they are not purple. They should be yellow. I'm still looking for good yellow cones, but they're also good tool to practice. And I have this box which I bought because every time I went to film something, I had in every hand I had so many things, and I had to worry about so many things. So I keep everything in a box and I carry that with me. For still shots, I'm using this Nikon D7000 camera, which is also can record the video, but which is very cool when you're trying to do something with very big depth of field, where some shots are in the focus and some shots are not. Some parts of the shot are not in the focus, and it records 24 frames per second, so for high-speed motion it's not very good, but for still shots it's very nice. That's what I'm using. Another thing I'm using is I have an old Canon video camera, which this video is shot on. That's a 1080 HD camcorder. It can record to the hard disk up to 5 hours, so it's very useful to have as a backup, but it's a little bit too big and it needs tripod, so it's good for the kind of wide shots from far away, or you can zoom in. This little Hero Pro camera cannot zoom. Like you see, it's very tiny. It's more like to be mounted somewhere. It's very small. It has a housing which you can take underwater also, and it has a screen in the back which you can take off. Very easy. Hold on. You can just unplug it, and it saves you some battery life, because if if you have already set your shots, you don't have to really use it. The battery time on that is about 2 hours, so you have to think what you're doing. Yeah. Another thing I'm using in my videos is different angles. I like to put camera, as I said, on the back of the car. I like to put camera very close from the bottom, and the car goes around, and do the slow motion like that. Or I like to put this on a tripod, and you can use it also from the top as a kind of overall view. It has very, very wide angle view, so you can get very close to it and still have lots of stuff in the picture. This also, by the way, has a still camera, 11 megapixel camera, which is also very cool. What I didn't mention about is high speed, high frames per second. The more frames per second you shoot, you have to have more light. Today is very cloudy, so I'm not sure how it's gonna look. I used the 60 frames per second. If I used 128 frames per second, it would be a little bit too dark, I believe. I think that's it. That's all I use. And now I'm here in the children's castle where there are no people because it's Tuesday morning, or actually lunchtime, about lunchtime now. All the kids are at school or kindergarten, and I can have my playground over here by myself. This is actually stage, which they use for concerts, and I tried to use it today. Scratched the floor a little bit, oops, but it wasn't that great because these bumps on the boards are not even. These boards are not even, so sometimes the car got caught and jumped over, and it also really stripped my wheels, my tires. They're almost flat, so I think I have to replace them. The car I have here is the Yokomo Drift Package basic version. I didn't do any modification to it yet, but I'm planning to do something about it. And that's it. I hope you find this information useful, and if you have your own information about how you shoot your videos, please share, because I'm very interested. Thank you. See you.